We are here at Upper 90 in Brooklyn.
On Atlantic Avenue.
We're excited. We're about to interview the Jimmy Conrad.
Jimmy Conrad.
He's famous for being in the MLS men's national team, and now he's famous for being on YouTube. And he's about to be on our YouTube channel and our podcast.
Yeah, I hope he's gonna speak his mind.
Yeah. I don't know. He might have some things to say. A lot of things have just recently happened. He might have some opinions. I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah. He might talk about Klinsmann. You think? Maybe we'll overlook it. I don't know.
We might have to get it out of him. Yeah, but he might just.
All right. So tune in. We're gonna about to talk to Jimmy Conrad.
Watch this. He's one of the OG MLS players. He also played on your men's national team. He's hilarious. You might have heard of him first on Kick TV. You might know him now from the Jimmy Conrad YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, nice big round of applause for the Jimmy Conrad! Let's go!
Look at this.
Oh. Sweet? Was it sweet? Right here.
Jimmy Conrad.
We got you a little USA cup here. Yeah. Right? A lot of things have been happening recently.
Hey guys.
Come on, give him a round of applause.
Round of applause, Jimmy Conrad.
I wasn't fishing for another round of applause. I'm not going to say no either.
Yeah. Look at that smile. I'm sure you weren't.
So what's up?
Jimmy,
what's up with you, dude?
Today,
Yeah, some stuff has gone down. Some stuff that I think you've been calling for, both on YouTube and on Twitter.
Yeah, for many years, I think I was ahead of the curve on the Jurgen out train. I was the conductor, I think.
Yeah, you are wearing a train conductor hat. So.
Choo-choo, like I have to say. Just keep it nice and simple. But I just think the guy has been posing as a really good coach for a long time when he wasn't. I think he's a great bullshitter. And
all right, well,
it got to the
all right,
point
0 to 100.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll.
Episode over, guys. Thanks for coming. We got what we wanted. I want a technical director that says the things he says, that pushes U.S. soccer in the direction he does. I'm afraid that the next guy who comes in is going to be a patsy. Do you get what I'm saying? Is that not a fear for you?
A little bit. I would say, to do real talk, what I did like about Jurgen was that he challenged Sunil. I thought he pushed the boundaries. He made a couple people, including some of our string pullers, to get out of their comfort zone, to see the game in a different way and to embrace different things, different philosophies. I'm fine with him broadening the player pool. If you're good enough, you're going to get on the national team. And if you're not, then just stop complaining about who's better than you. You know what I mean? I didn't really like, whatever. If the player pool's bigger, that's fine. And I'll take the best players, and then it's up to the coach to play the guys in the right positions. And that takes me off on a whole different
So now I have to figure out how to spell Failhaber to tag him in this?
It's all in front of us. I think we can all see we have this wealth of talent there. You take out our best athletes play somewhere else. We have more than enough kids that want to play now. That are eager to play because the game is in their face. It's all the time. FIFA 17 is a great gateway to being a fan as well. So all these kids play these games. But our coaches, I don't know if they're there. And I bless my heart. I love my dad and all the volunteers that kind of help bring me along and help plant the seed of enjoyment of the game. They didn't know how to kick a ball. I don't even know if my dad can still explain to you what offsides is. And so you have these.
Well, you had a dad, so you're a step ahead of some of us.
That's fair.
Enough with the bragging about this dad.
Really rubbing it in with this whole dad. Also volunteer coach. My first coach.
18, though, so I mean, he wasn't really around.
That's not bad. No, look.
I could
Shoot, wait, maybe you should be sitting over here if that's the case. My first coach was doing it because it was part of his community service. His parole officer was there for most matches. We're like, who's the guy with the gun? He's like, don't talk to him. He's a real problem. Give me the. One of our Gatorade bottles was a little different. I'm just gonna say that.
Coach Teardrop Tattoo. We loved him. He was a good coach.
Let's see.
And we need to figure out a way to get back to that. I wish we would have capped the number of expansion to just maybe to 20, and then allow our infrastructure to catch up, allow the development academies to catch up, and then start to expand. But I get it. I mean, you have a chance to bring a Minnesota in, an Atlanta in, St. Louis in, Sacramento wants to get in. That's exciting. You're building these rivalries, and Kansas City needs a rival, right? St. Louis is perfect. San Jose needs a proper rival, and I know they have LA, but Sacramento would be real, right?
Yeah.
So even the NYCFC and Red Bulls one, though it felt manufactured, and that's part of it. You got to start somewhere. After that 7-0 drubbing, now there's some real history there. But I mean, that was needed because that'll be something that will live on in the history of the matchub, no matter what.
You see, it was needed.
Honestly.
Thanks, Jim, for explaining it all.
NYCFC fans.
Our pain was real, and it was needed for the good of the league. Camera.
Hopefully, you know, you have new fresh paint since Toronto FC slapped you around a little bit. But
wow.
Yes.
that. But I think for that.
How many
rivalry in
knives do you have on you, Jimmy?
particular-
I feel 2 on my back right now.
Am I safe to walk out of here? So it's just, I think that was really, when I saw that score line and it happened at Yankee Stadium, like that's an incredible thing for that rivalry. Whether, you know, if you're an NYCFC fan, of course, it's painful, but
Sure.
But I thought for like, actually planting a seed for a real rivalry, that's the kind of game that's going to do it.
Well,
Yeah, that's what makes it a real derby.
and it develops a history. It's that first like marker
Right.
of like why you hate this other team or
Yeah,
why you
right.
love the
Yeah.
other team or whatever.
Right, for both fans, like you got to start somewhere. For those of us who may be NYCFC fans, like, well, I don't
Yeah.
know why we have to start here, but we got to start somewhere.
You have that
I'm
what-
sure you'd rather have it 7-0
Yeah.
in Red Bull Arena. But,
Yeah,
but,
yeah, that would have been amazing.
It'll happen at some point.
And also, less people would have seen it if that was the case. Because
Yes, there's a lot of issues, right? And then promotion relegation is something just how do we make this sport better and more vibrant and more inclusive, I'd say.
The Deloitte and Touche report just came out, or is it just Deloitte now? Came out, and I know the report was sanctioned by the guy who owns Miami FC, Silva. So I mean, you take it for what it's worth, but you know they talk about some of the benefits of promotion and relegation, and it's such a tough subject. And I don't know if Ted's going to pop out of some door now because I said it. But what do you think about? Do you think that that's essential at this moment, or there's other things that need to be focused on? I think youth development, I would say, is more important. What do you feel?
Yeah, it's tough because I think you can have really two separate armies attacking that, obviously being on the same page and talking about how they can work together, but you can have a whole different team kind of working on the promotion relegation. And I put out a video on my channel maybe 4 months ago because there was this claim from somebody, I don't remember who it was, who said, yeah, you know, MLS is going to be the best league in 2020. Yeah, oh shit, I can say that too, but how are we getting there? Like, what's the plan?
Right.
And there's some times where I don't know who that person is in the U.S. soccer universe, MLS. I don't know who that is. Who's that person who's like, you know what? For us to get there, these are the things that we need to do to make that happen. I really appreciate what they brought to the table. And then the other watershed moment, which I think might have been in 07 as well, was signing David Beckham. He changed the level of professionalism for players that probably wasn't noticeable at first, but just all of a sudden per diem went up. Per diem went up, and then how we flew became different because he came in and was like, "What is this? This is embarrassing.
Oh,
wow.
You should be embarrassed for your club."
Well, were you guys going standby or something?
No, well, there would be all kinds of stuff. Like we would wear
Greyhound bus?
Spirit Airlines.
but I mean, there was a lot of that. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into it because it's kind of sad.
You guys are all pedaling. Is this safe? I don't think this is a real plane.
Dual bikes.
There's some stuff that would just blow your mind.
Give us one
well-
wild thing that
Well,
changed.
one thing we did was when I was in San Jose my first year, they couldn't find a place to train. Like we played our games at Spartan Stadium at San Jose State. So we already shared it with the college football team. Not even a very good college football team. And we couldn't get on the field ever to train. And they have fields all over that campus. We couldn't get on those fields either. So we had to drive 30 minutes south in our cars after changing in our locker room at San Jose State and going all the way down to this place called Morgan Hill where it's like where youth kids play. And then you didn't want to go all the way back. And we just changed in our trunks. Like out of our trunks, put our stuff, give it to the equipment manager, and then just drive home. Because it was faster than going back to go shower. But then if you had a meeting, it was a nightmare. And you're like, I felt, so that was my first year. I'm like, oh man, I'm a professional soccer player, you know, I'm an professional athlete, you know.
As you're paying for tolls with
Yeah,
cash.
pretty much, yeah. And I made $24,000 that year. So that was the league minimum. So you'd go out that night, or you go out after a game, and everybody's like, oh, you play for at the time, Clash.
Yeah.
And, he's buying drinks, everybody. You're like, no, actually, I'm not. You know?
No, I work here. Let me see your ID or you're not getting in.
It's unbelievable. So there's a lot of that where, you know, we've graduated from a good portion of that. And so on those fronts, we've made some big strides.
Oh man, we did it.
We did it.
We talked about a lot of things. You did not hold back at all.
That's par for the course.
Yeah, that's just how Jimmy does it.
That's how I roll.
Pretty standard stuff.
Yeah.
You got to meet some of our fans. Some of our fans got to meet you. What do you think? What did you think about the whole event?
No, I was excited to be a part of it. I think you guys are on the cusp of greatness, and I'm just glad to say that I was here first.
Look at that.
And I'm glad that you were here first, and maybe you'll come back more and more to help us get to that greatness quickly. Thank you so much, Upper 90.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Upper 90 Braven Brewery, Mac Weldon, Jimmy Conrad, the Cooligans.
In honor. Thank you so much, man.
All right, thank you guys.
Cheers.
Later.